Hi, there it is. Hi, I'm Mojo. Morris Jones is my name, but everybody knows me as Mojo. I'm the manager of the Pasadena Bridge Club, which is where I am right now. You can see the palm trees out my window, and that's Mount Wilson through the window. This is the classroom at my bridge club. I have a class coming in tonight. Um, it's I love showing it while you're all at home playing on BBO, and I'm here at my bridge club doing that. So we Linda and Lynn set us up with um, some great hands tonight for lessons. And I don't know, could you guess which ones they were? I always think that's kind of fun because when you're in the game, they all look like the lesson hand, don't they? This must be the lesson hand, and you've got 12 of them. And we seed the rest of them are all randomly shuffled. The funny thing about bridge hands, of course, is how do you get good lessons hands? Well, you randomly shuffle. And it's inevitable. It's how they come out. But number two was the first one, and I have it up. You can all see my share, right? Yeah, you can. I can tell. Okay. Um, and the auction is interesting a little bit in that East has a good 15 to 17 no trump hand. It's balanced. It's a 16-point hand, which is interesting because when South passes and when your partner with 8 high card points and a pretty good diamond suit, that 10-9-8 in there makes it look good to me, invites with 2 no trump. The question is, do you go to 3 with this hand or not? Um, Lynn and Linda decided no, they would stop at 2 no trump. And it's probably a good decision to do that, even though you might make 3 no trump on the hand. The opening lead from the hand from South should be the Jack of Spades. It's the top of the touching cards in an interior sequence. King, Jack, 10. That's always an interesting lead. I love being able to make that lead. And it gives a possibility of trapping the queen if declarer has the queen of spades. Of course, your partner has the queen. So let's see how this might play out. On the Jack of Spades lead, what card should North play? Well, holding the queen, you want to let partner know that you like their lead. You want to play the 5. They may be able to interpret that. If I'm sitting here at South and I led the Jack and I see the 4 and I see the 5, and if declarer plays the 3, I'll notice that I can't find the 2 anywhere. Maybe my partner has it, so maybe that 5 is an encouraging signal. Now, should East take their ace right away? No, probably not. We know about hold-up plays. But how long should we hold up? We're really guarding against a 5-2 split in the spades. We have 6 spades. We're missing 7. When you're missing 7 cards in spades in any suit, usually the expected division or the most frequent division of the missing cards is 4-3. That doesn't mean they're not 5-2 or even 6-1. But if they are 4-3, then they can't take too many spade tricks to set you. They can only take 3 more spade tricks. And if you did indeed stop at 2 no trump, then you can lose 5 tricks. And if you're going to lose 3 spades, then you can still lose 2 more. That means you can lose the ace of hearts, you can lose the ace of diamonds. But we want to focus on winners in a no trump contract. And when we get in control, let's see what happens here. If my partner gives me an encouraging signal and my Jack has 1, I think I might continue with the 9 of spades. Let partner take their queen. And at this point, East should take the ace of spades. If you hold up to the 3rd one, that's fine. But this maximizes your chance. It gives them 1 spade. And if the spades are indeed 5 and 2, then that means that North will be out of them and they won't be able to lead a spade back. And if North isn't out of the spades and they have 1, which they do right here, they can only take 2 more spades. So that's That's why we take the second spade. Now, diamonds are clearly going to be our source of tricks. We have 5 of them and we're missing the ace. So that will get us 4 diamond tricks once we drive out the ace. And we have 3 club tricks. That gets us to 7. We just won the ace of spades. And we don't even need a heart trick, even though we could use promotion to get 1 heart to make 2 no trump. And we're only in 2 no trump. But there is a trap here. Let's talk about that a little bit, because how are we going to play these diamonds? Here's how you can get yourself into trouble, because the long diamonds are in your dummy and you have the ace of clubs here. This ace of clubs is your only entry to the dummy. You can't use this queen of hearts. The queen of hearts, unfortunately, has the ace of hearts behind it. You don't know that's the case, but that's a reasonable expectation. You only have 1 entry to the dummy, 1 way to get to the long diamonds. So if you start by leading the king of diamonds, South won't take their ace. They're going to watch for their partner's cards. North should play the 2, which is a count signal showing an odd number. And South can figure out at that point that East has 2 diamonds. And they should let the king win. Now, on leading the jack, South will take the ace of diamonds. And that's fine. That sets up 3 diamond tricks here in the west hand. But it also lets South in to take the rest of the spades. And the good news is they can only take 2. They can take the king and the 10. What am I going to throw on this? I think I'll throw a club, because I only need 1 club over in the dummy. And North might throw a diamond. So now what does South switch to after taking their last spade? I think their most productive lead could be, the safest lead is actually a club, because, well, it doesn't give anything away, but it does lead to the ace of clubs in the dummy. I might try a heart. And if you lead the heart, and if West plays low, should I take the ace here or not? Third hand high, you think maybe you should usually take the ace, but in this case, the ace is guarding the queen, and by keeping your ace, it prevents declarer from using that queen of hearts as an entry. I would just play low, let partners 9 drive out the king of hearts. And that should be the last trick that the defense gets, except actually they are going to get that. No, they're not going to get that queen of hearts, because now we can lead the 2 of clubs over to the ace of clubs, take the diamonds, and we're running out of discards here. The 10. The 9. And the queen of hearts is good. And well, no, the queen of hearts is not good, excuse me, because we'll just lead the 9 of diamonds, or the 9 of clubs over to the king and the queen. And that will net you 9 tricks for an over trick. So if you actually decided, I'm going to go back to the beginning, rewind to the beginning. I'll just reload it. If you actually decided to take the invitation and go to 3 no trump with this hand, you'd be well rewarded. There are good reasons not to. The one Linda specifically noticed is that this King Jack Doubleton in diamonds was a little bit scary, and they decided not to. She decided that let's just stay at 2 no trump and see how that goes. Gail, you have a question. Go ahead. Thank you for raising your hand.
When South gets the lead and sees that the ace of clubs is the only sure entrance, why not hold up your ace of diamonds until they've used up that 1 entrance? Lead a club, let them play it, let them get on the board, make them use the ace. You don't know they're going to take it on the other side, but potentially take a later diamond trick so they don't have an entrance anymore.
That's a really good point. In fact, let's talk about that. Let's just say that East led the king of diamonds and South holds up. Why not hold up for a second time? On the jack, you can hold up again, but you can thwart that in East by overtaking your jack of diamonds with the queen of diamonds. And that's indeed, when you read the PDF, you'll see that's something that has to be done, because now that gives East the possibility of continuing the diamonds so they can drive out the ace and still have the ace of clubs in the dummy to get to their last two diamonds. So that's a good catch, and that's how you deal with it. Does that help?
Yes.
Cool. Anything else on this hand from anyone else? Okay. Let's go to the next one, which was hand number 3. This is a fun one. Look at my notes on it. South opens the bidding 1 club. You have a balanced 13 count. West has a nice overcall in hearts, 1 heart. And North with your, let's see, 5, 7, 8 high card points, and a really good hand, lots of good intermediate cards, 10s, 9s, and 8s. Bids 1 spade. This 1 spade bid, by the way, is interesting. I hope you're all playing negative doubles, because they're such a useful convention. For one thing, they help recover the heart suit when the opponents overcall 1 spade. But in this instance, it gives you another tool to let partner know your count in the spade suit. So when it goes 1 club, 1 heart, if you had only 4 spades, you could use the negative double or the responders double, which I actually like that as a better name. You could use the double to show that you have 4 spades, which means that when you actually bid 1 spade, you're showing 5. That is so useful because opener can now know they can support your spades with only 3, and they can raise the spades. Now, in this instance, after East passes, you've got 4 spades, so you don't care if partner has 4 or 5 of them. But it's really nice to know when partner bids 1 spade in this auction and you can raise with only 3. So South raises with a minimum hand and spade support. They're going to raise to 2 spades. And North's hand is not interested in going to game, so that will be the end of the auction. And the opening lead coming from East is going to be partner's heart suit. This is the beauty of that heart overcall. And when my partner makes an overcall, I always love that because I don't have to think too much about my opening lead. I'm just going to lead partner suit. And even if it's wrong, it's right, because it gives it helps preserve the partnerships. I have had some partners say, if partner doesn't lead my suit, then I assume they're void in the suit. And you can go from that. But that puts an interesting problem now on 3rd hand. And when declarer calls for the 2 of hearts from the dummy, what should West play? Well, you got to take a look at the dummy, look at your partner's lead. When your partner leads the 9 of your suit, can you tell where the queen is? Yeah, you can. You can tell that the queen is in declarer's hand. Partners could probably leading the top of a doubleton, or they could be leading the top of nothing, meaning they have no honors in the suit. The 10 is an honor card. So you can, with this holding in the hearts, you can tell that the queen of hearts is in declarer's hand. If you take the ace of hearts now, you're gifting declarer with 2 heart tricks, the king and the queen. And when declarer has the king and the queen, they're entitled to 1 trick, but they're not entitled to 2. In this case, I would simply play the 8 of hearts to encourage partner to continue them. Say, I know what's going on here. I'm guarding that king of hearts. And that lets declarer win a trick with the queen.
Oh, I forgot my water.
I don't have it. I'm sorry. But I can get you some. No, I'm okay. Now, this is actually the key to defeating the 2 spade contract. Because if you only let declarer get 1 heart trick by not playing your highest heart on the opening lead, East-west will get 2 spades, the ace, queen of spades. You'll get 2 hearts now instead of just 1. 2 spades, 2 hearts. You'll get the ace of diamonds and the clubs. The club finesse is offside to the king, and so 2 spades should go down 1. I think when I looked at the traveler for this hand, a few people made it and a few didn't. I'm just looking at the results page. I wanted to see if it's up yet. No, it's the Thursday afternoon page. But if I look at if I look at the traveler for hand number 4, let me change it to board number 4. Wait for it to come up. Is it going to? Here it is. Board number 4. Oh, look at this. A lot of people decided to play in hearts. Nobody's playing in spades east-west, or north-south rather. They're all playing in hearts. Well, good for you. The hearts is making, but that wasn't what we expected to happen. It looks like over 2 hearts, north-south was not willing to bid to 2 spades.
You're
And
looking at hand 4.
yeah, this is hand 4.
I thought you were discussing hand
Oh,
3.
hand 3. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong hand. Let me go back to 3. That's where it was before. Board 3. Here we go. 2 spades making, 2 spades down 1, 2 spades down 1, 2 spades making, 2 spades down 1. So the difference between making 2 spades and not making 2 spades is all on the defense. It's, do you take the ace of hearts on the opening lead or not? And that should be about it. Are there any questions on this hand besides me not being able to tell the difference between 3 and 4? Okay. 4 is the next interesting lesson hand. And again, this is also a defense problem. West opens 1 heart, East bids 1 spade. West's hand is really nice. 14, let's see, 14, 15, 16 high card points. A couple of extra hearts. You can call this an 18-point hand, and you can treat it as an invitational hand. The auction should go 1 heart, 1 spade, 3 hearts, and then with 2 hearts, East can raise to 4 hearts. You know you have an 8-card fit in the heart suit. So, can the defense set the contract? And the answer is yes. The opening lead should be the king of clubs. And if East plays the 3, what card does South play? With the ace doubleton, you really have to overtake the king with the ace. I had a student once when I started talking about unblocking, taking your partner's king with your own ace, who said to me, you know, I'm not stupid. My partner's king is winning the trick. And it took a moment to say, well, yeah, but look what happens when you do overtake. In this instance, Declare has 3 club losers, and there's a possibility of getting a heart trick. So we've got to take these 3 club losers as quickly as we can. If we don't take the club losers, there's a good chance that Declarer will be able to eliminate one of his club losers on his good diamonds. Pull trump, play the diamonds, maybe I can get rid of a club loser. So I'm going to overtake partner's king with the ace of clubs, lead back the 6 of clubs, and if Declarer plays the jack, I'll cover it with the queen. I'll just cover whatever Declarer plays and then take the last club trick. Now, on that queen of clubs, what should I play in South to give partner a suggestion of what to lead on the next trick, assuming that the queen of clubs is going to win? Let's put in the 8 of spades. I'm looking at the dummy here in East, and I've got the king of spades sitting in between the ace and the queen. So when partner wins the queen of clubs and switches to a spade, the 3, if Declarer takes the queen, you know, that would be bad news. You're going to win the king. So they shouldn't do that. They have a singleton in their hand. They should win the ace. And now comes, how do we play the heart suit so we don't lose any? There's only one way that will work. You have to hope that South is holding the Queen of Hearts and that you can repeatedly finesse South for the Queen of Hearts and you'll have it trapped. Way you can get yourself into trouble is by leading a small heart here, putting in the 10, and then trying to get back to the dummy, which you can with the Queen of Diamonds, assuming that nobody's out of them. But there's a much easier way to do it. If we back up and you don't play the 6 of diamonds, you have to recognize that your 9 of hearts, rather, recognize that your 9 of hearts is just as good as the Jack and the 10. And you can play low on the 9 of hearts and let it win the trick. That lets you preserve the entry in East. You don't have to come back to it. And when you play the 6 of hearts, your 10 wins. And now your ace and your king will drop the rest of the hearts. Don't care about these. And that will keep you from losing any tricks in the heart suit. And you will bring home the contract. You'll make 4 hearts. Any questions on this one? The last lesson hand was number 9. And this one is fascinating. This is a 4-spade contract, 1 spade, 2 spades, 4 spades. So I noticed some tables didn't go to 4 spades. They invited with this hand, but this is really a very good hand. 17 high card points with a long spade suit. You can give yourself a couple of points for the extra spades, or you can think about this singleton diamond being worth some value as well, since you're not going to lose more than 1 diamond. It's really good news. So it should go 1 spade, 2 spades, 4 spades. And on this hand, the natural lead coming from West is the Jack of Hearts. So let's look at where the losers are in this hand. We can afford 3 losers. We're missing the ace king of trump, and that's bad news. So we're losing 2 of those right away. We're losing a diamond. We've only got a singleton diamond. We don't have the ace. And in hearts, the 3rd heart is a loser as well. Now this one's a slow loser. If we can find a way to get rid of that heart loser or a way to get rid of the diamond loser, then we can make this contract. It's interesting to think of how we could do that. Let's, on the Jack of Hearts, where East plays the 8, an encouraging signal, let's win the ace. And when you're declarer, you want to play your top card. If you can, it conceals where the king is. If you just play the king, everyone knows where the ace is. But if you play the ace, you know, the defense may not be sure who has the king. Does my partner have the king, or is it in declarer's hand? Now, the question is, our first instinct is to pull trump. And if you do that, let's just see what happens. West takes their king of spades, and they should continue the hearts. Partner gave an encouraging signal, and you can win the king of hearts, but you can't avoid losing the 3rd heart, because as soon as if you keep pulling the trump, they're going to take their queen of hearts. And now it's pretty easy for them to, regardless of what they play, West over here is going to get their ace of diamonds, and 4 spades is going to be down 1. So let's go back to the beginning. And on the Jack of Hearts lead, let's see if we can find a way to eliminate one of those losers. Let's win the ace of hearts, of course, as we did before. We can't touch the trump because we can't let them drive out my last heart loser. Our only hope is that the king of diamonds, that we can turn the king of diamonds into a winner. That is literally the only chance of making 4 spades on this hand. And in order for it to work, West has to hold the ace of diamonds. And there's a thing in bridge, when there's only one way for the hand to work, do that. Now, how can we take advantage of that? If the ace of diamonds is on our left, we can lead the 8. And what will often happen is that West, who's looking at this in the dummy, they will think, oh, third hand low, I mean, second hand low, third hand high. Maybe I should play the 3 because maybe declarer is going to play the 10 and my partner will be holding the queen. That's indeed the case. It works, but declare is not going to do that. They're going to take the king. Now, once your king of diamonds has won a trick, you're home free because you can lose 2 spades and a heart and make the contract. You won't be losing that diamond to the ace. On the other hand, let's suppose that you work out that I better get this ace of diamonds now while I can. And suppose West takes their ace of diamonds. That's great news for you because now the king of diamonds is set up to be a tool to discard your losing heart. At this point, let's see, what are they going to continue? They're going to continue hearts. And you'll win the king. But now, and again, we still can't draw trump because as soon as we draw trump, they're going to take their heart loser. But I can lead the jack of clubs to the king of clubs, play the king of diamonds, and get rid of that pesky heart loser. And now you're home free. And that's the way you make this contract. And it's the trickiest one of the 4, I think. But if anybody got that, congratulations to you. Any questions on any of these or other hands you might want to look at? I think I can bring them up. Any questions about baseball or bridge? Or
Can you bid the last hand?
can I do what?
Go through the bidding of the hand number 12.
Sure. Oh, the last hand, number 12. All right, let's see what I can do. Hand number 12. Is it here yet? Okay. Change that to 12. Let it load. Hopefully it'll come up. And it didn't. Let me see if it's online yet. Tuesday afternoon. No, it's not on the Bridge Club yet. I have it here. Just a moment. I have hand 12. I have this stored in my deal archive. All of the hands. Here's number 12. Let me export it to a link and open this in a new tab. And we'll go here. All right. West is the dealer. North, south is vulnerable. 9 high card points, 2 5-card suits. Wouldn't you love to open that hand? I'm not going to open it. I think I want to wait and see what happens. So let's say that, oh, I can't put bidding up. Okay, let's say that West passes. In first and second seat, I use the rule of 20, the guideline of 20 to decide whether to open. I have 10 cards in my 2 longest suits and 9 high card points, which makes 19. That's part of the reason why I'm not opening this hand. Melinda, is there something about this that you wanted to ask?
I was just hoping that after this hand that you could do hand number 6 if you have time.
Yeah, let me make a note. We'll go back to 6.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have to be anywhere for a while. Check the clock. Okay, pass. 19 high card points. A good long diamond suit. What do you think? You want to open it 1 diamond? Any other ideas? What else could you do? If you want to be really fishy and tricky and a little, I don't know, if you have an understanding partner, you might consider opening the hand to no trump, upgrade it to a 20-point hand with this good diamond suit. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that will work out, but it's something that I might consider doing. So I'll give you two choices: open it one diamond or open it to no trump.
You're severely unbalanced.
Not severely. I am semi-balanced. I have no singletons and only two doubletons. So that makes it a semi-balanced hand. And when the long suit is in a minor, I'm going to tend to think about no trump as being my final destination in any case. But let's say you open it one diamond and let's see what happens. One diamond pass, one spade by south, which makes west happy. One spade. And then what? I think at that point I can either jump to two no trump or I could just bid three no trump. Three no trump would be a bid showing I've got a long minor that's running, and I really don't. It's only 6 cards. And I'm really not interested in anything else other than three no trump. If you jump to two no trump, you're showing a balanced or semi-balanced hand of 18 or 19 points. And in terms of pure high cards, that would be correct. But I think the hand is a little better than a 19-point hand.
Yeah, I was going to go 3, and then I thought, I talked myself down to 2, and my partner passed.
And your partner passes, yeah.
Yeah.
With this,
I made 3.
and you made 3. Good. It should make 3 no trump. Let me count the tricks. What's the opening lead going to be on that auction? 1 diamond, 1 spade, 3 no trump, or 2 no trump. After the 2 no trump bid, by the way, with the south hand, I think I would go on to 3. I've got a little extra values. Sure, I'm worried about the hearts, but they'll have to find the heart lead. In fact, you'll probably get a heart lead. You should get the king of hearts as the opening lead. And if you do that and you land in 3 no trump,
Yeah, that's
and
what
you get the heart lead,
they led the king of hearts.
I don't think there's any way you can make the hand. You get the ace of hearts and you get 6 diamonds.
I
And
did
as
though.
soon as they're back in again, they're going to take the rest of their hearts, and you're going to be down 1 or 2.
No, I made that extra one after they took their hearts.
After they took their hearts? Congratulations. Defense is hard. They have to find the ace of clubs, the ace of spades. If they take the ace of clubs and the ace of spades and 4 more heart tricks, it's down 2. But they have to find those tricks, and they can't see each other's hands. So that's what makes it difficult. Anything else? Let's go on to hand number 6. Some people played it in diamonds. 4 diamonds makes. Unfortunately, 5 diamonds doesn't. The opponents get the 2 aces and a heart. So that's a bit of a snake bit hand. Let's look at board number 6. Okay, east-west is vulnerable. East is the dealer. 17 high card points. This is an unbalanced hand. This is one that I'm definitely not opening at 1 no trump, but I am going to open at 1 club. South should pass. You don't have anything to say here. And look at this huge hand over in west. Oh my goodness. Oh, 10, 16, 18 points. Your first bid has to be 1 spade, of course. 1 club, pass. 1 spade, pass. Now, what do I say with East? This hand is good enough for a reverse, meaning I could bid 2 hearts over my partner's 1 spade bid. And that shows extra strength in East because I'm forcing partner to go to the 3 level just to go back to my clubs. And it makes for an interesting auction. 1 club, 1 spade, 2 hearts. What's West's next bid? I mean, West has a huge hand as well, and I think the bid would have to be the fourth suit, 3 diamonds. This is a 7 no trump hand, isn't it? Where do you land with this hand? I don't know that you can I count enough tricks to bid 7 no trump with it? What did oh, I can't look at the results yet. Let me see if they're up. I wanted to see what people bid with the hand. Oh, this isn't getting me anywhere. Let's see if the results are up on ACBL Live yet. Nope, still not up. 1 club, 1 spade, 2 hearts, big hand, 3 diamonds, also a big hand. Maybe East's next bid is 4 clubs. And that would sort of pattern out the hand as having 6 clubs and 4 hearts. And if that's the case, the safe bid for West there is 6 clubs. You're going to ask about asking for aces to see if you're missing any. Sadly, there is no trump fit, and well, there is a trump fit, it's in clubs. But asking for aces over clubs is a real problem. I think I wouldn't bother with using Blackwood or anything in this case. I would probably simply bid 6 clubs. Of course, the hand will make 7 no trump, but I don't think I'll be able to see that. If I can, in this West hand, when my partner reverses, that usually shows about 18 points, 18 high card points. So in this hand with 18 as well, that comes to 36. If you're willing to do that, you could just do the math and say 7 no trump. You couldn't possibly be missing an ace, hoping for that 6 card club suit in your partner's hand to be a real source of tricks. Any comments on this? Anyone want to tell me how you did on this hand? Where did you land?
Three no trump.
3 no trump. You couldn't get any higher than 3 no trump. Did you make? I imagine you did.
Yeah, we did, and over tricks too, but
Yeah, you should be able to. Let's see. You've got, if you just take 1 spade, 4 hearts, that's 5. 3 diamonds, that's 8. And you get all of the clubs. That's 14 tricks. So yeah, you should be able to just get all of the tricks. Just take your top tricks. There are no entry problems. Well, I don't think there's anything I can add to that. Go ahead, Dolan.
I have a question about the bidding. In our case, Wes responded with club with diamond instead of spade because they had 5 diamonds.
Mm-hmm. That was the common style in the late 19th century. Bidding, of course, is a language that in late 20th century, I should say. Bidding is a language that evolves over time, and most people have found that majors are so important that if I have a 4-card major, that before I show my diamond suit, I'm going to show my 4-card major. I can always go back to diamonds later. So it's something to discuss with your partner. If you have a convention card, you'll notice that in the minor suit openings, there's actually a little checkbox where you can say, well, often bypasses a longer diamond suit in order to bid a major. And I always have that checked. I want to hear about the spades first. I can go back to the diamonds later if I want to.
Okay.
And Dolan, you had your hand up for a moment, but you took it down.
Yes, our opponents landed in 5 clubs, and made 13 tricks.
Of course, yes, 113 tricks. Oh man, this is a hard hand to bid, especially, bidding slams, bidding strong hands isn't really that hard. The thing that makes them difficult is that you don't get to see them often enough that you get a lot of practice with them. So when hands like this come up, the hardest thing to do is to call on less recently used skills. Whereas, you've got your average 10 or 11 or 12 point hands all the time. Dealing with hands like this, you might see one every 3 or 4 games at the club. And you just don't get enough practice with them. So it's something that takes some focus and study and practice. Belinda?
Yes, I have a question about the reverse. Could you explain that again, what a reverse is?
I'll do the best I can.
Okay.
The normal order for bidding suits as declarer is to bid the higher ranking suit and then a lower ranking one. The technical definition of a reverse is any bid that forces partner to the 3 level just to go back to your first suit. And that's the technical thing. Now, since you're forcing partner to the 3 level, it has to show more than the minimum values for your bid, for your opening bid. The usual agreement is that a reverse where I'm bidding clubs and then hearts instead of bidding hearts and then clubs. See, if you bid the higher ranking suit first and then the lower ranking, partner has the luxury of being able to go back to your first suit without going to the 3 level. If I had said 1 heart and then 2 clubs, partner could say 2 hearts, which is taking a preference for partner's first suit. Preference bids are always weak. Going back to partner's first suit is my bridge teacher taught me, it's the weakest bid you can make. So if you go 1 club and then 1 spade here and then 2 hearts, in order for West to go back to clubs, they have to say 3 clubs. And the rule of thumb that you should use when your partner does that to you, if they're forcing you to the 3 level with that kind of a sequence, assume they have about 18 points. You should treat it as forcing because it's not limited to 18 points. It could be even stronger than that. Does that help?
Yeah, so you could say, because it's your second suit, you don't have to have 5 to bid the hearts then.
No,
At the table.
if you started with hearts, you would be promising 5. But when you bid it as your second suit, it only promises 4.
Okay, and is that forcing then if you say the hearts? to
I
the
treat it,
partner?
yes, if my partner makes a reverse in that way, if they bid a higher ranking suit than their first one on their second bid, I treat that as forcing. Now, here's the difference though. You're not at the 1 level. Let me give you an example. If the auction goes 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, that's not a reverse. See, partner can still say 2 clubs and go back to my first suit. The reverse has to be a bid that forces partner to the 3 level in order to go back to your first suit. Do you see the difference?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? It's been great sitting in with you this afternoon. I hope Linda will be back next week. I'm sure she's having a good time, and I love doing this. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mojo.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Good night.
Come visit us in Pasadena if you get a chance. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks. Yeah, Lynn had to leave. She said to tell you thank
Oh,
you
yeah, that's right.
very, very much.
My
See you
pleasure.
next time. Have fun tonight.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.